Voters in America should decide who our president is, not Vladimir Putin.
The Russians offered help, the campaign accepted help. The Russians gave help, and the president made full use of that help. And that is pretty damning.
I believe he knows he's an illegitimate president.
The bottom line of this dossier, the bottom line allegation, the point of this is they colluded, they helped, they were in on it.
Man, we might actually see people in handcuffs, finally, powerful people that are actually a threat to our constitutional republic, not democracy, constitutional republic. They are a threat to our country. You always hear the left say, threat to democracy. And what Tulsi Gabbard just shared today is incredible. Welcome to the Chad Prather Show. As you can tell, I am not Chad. I don't have the Chad Prather swagger. I'm not as good looking as Chad, but I am his producer. You probably have heard him refer to me on the show and on different videos, but I am producer David Medina. I'm located right outside of Portland, Oregon, and just fighting the good fight, man. I'm honored to be here. Please like and subscribe to Chad's channel. He is doing something big. If you want to follow what I'm doing out here in Portland in the trenches, go to @DavidMedinaPDX across all social media. You can go to my YouTube, David Medina PDX, to catch up on what I'm doing there. But guys, this story today, I mean, I know there's a lot of stories coming out. This Epstein stuff has us all confused. And, you know, Trump says this, his surrogates say this. But this news from Tulsi Gabbard, Director of National Intelligence, Tulsi Gabbard, is really exciting, but it's also scary. And it's scary because you don't know what the deep state is going to do, because when they're under desperation and the deep state's backed into a corner, you saw what they did in 2019, 2020 with COVID. You saw what they did with the election. You saw what they did with January 6th and how they exaggerated the whole day of January 6th, worse than Pearl Harbor, worse than 9/11. So the deep state is backed into a corner right now, folks. And I want us to be praying for our country. I want us to be praying for President Trump and his cabinet. I want us to be praying for people like Chad Prather and myself and everybody else in the conservative movement, because things are going to get crazy. The deep state is on life support. And what Tulsi Gabbard shared today is, she claims it's the smoking gun for to prove that the Obama administration set up the Russia hoax. She claims to have evidence that she's turning over to the DOJ as we speak, that the Russia hoax, she has evidence that it was created by James Comey, the intelligence community under the Barack Obama administration. Ladies and gentlemen, there's a word for that. It's called treason. And we might actually see people in handcuffs if Trump has the guts, which we all know he probably does. But look at this tweet from General Mike Flynn. You see it on the screen here. It says, "This is surreal. Here in America, the Director of National Intelligence, Tulsi Gabbard, is now stating emphatically that former president of the United States, Barack Obama, attempted a coup against the president of the United States, real Donald Trump." This was back in 2016. This is why Tulsi Gabbard was attacked so relentlessly over the past few weeks and months. They knew if there were anyone with the guts to investigate the attempted coup, it would be her. Well done. And, you know, the way I think of this, guys, is everything is starting to make sense. The way they went after Trump with the 34, however many indictments and felonies, the way they tried to take him out in Butler, the way that they, tried to, basically throw him in prison. And everything is making sense because the deep state and these people, these powerful, these evil people that are really trying to take down our country, they knew this day was coming. They knew their crimes would be exposed. Hillary Clinton, Barack Obama, James Comey, Peter Strzok, and all the people that helped them, man, they're not going to sleep well tonight, and rightfully so. Now, the question is, will we see people in handcuffs? Will we see people prosecuted? I honestly think so, because I think it's either it's either Trump has a decision to make here. Pam Bondi has a decision to make. Say what you will about the Epstein case and how they handled it, but I think this is what they were saving all this energy for. This day right here. And I think we're going to see some prosecutions, folks, and they're going to call it retribution. You know, the fake news. You know, all of the leftist, activists and all the people online, they're going to call it, oh, this is Trump just getting back at his political opponents. No, folks, look at the evidence, because there's according to Tulsi Gabbard, there's actual evidence here, unlike the evidence that they fabricated against Trump. I mean, they were trying to fabricate things in New York. I mean, there was experts saying that the New York case that they tried to throw Trump in prison over. it's normal business practices that Trump was doing, that they're trying to find something. They're trying to get Trump. Remember, Letitia James campaigned to get Trump. Folks, that was manufactured evidence. That was a manufactured collusion against President Trump, someone that's not part of the DC establishment, someone that they were trying to take out. But this is actual evidence. If we look at Tulsi Gabbard's actual tweet, Americans will finally learn the truth about, and let me just say this. I love being wrong, especially when it's for the good of our country. I was wrong on J.D. Vance. I was wrong on Tulsi Gabbard. I said I didn't trust them. I thought Tulsi Gabbard maybe was an opportunist, but this story, this is how big this story is. Because this story today, I have fully flipped on Tulsi Gabbard. I'm sold on her, and it's an exciting time. And it's an exciting time because our country has been plagued by this disease for so long of these powerful people, these deep state people that they get their little minions to say that Trump is a threat against democracy and no kings, protests across the country. Meanwhile, they're the ones doing the crime. It's called gaslighting. And I'm sure you're tired of it. I'm tired of it. And now something's going to be done about it. I truly believe it. This is the make or break for our country, folks. Director of National Intelligence Tulsi Gabbard says Americans will finally learn the truth about how in 2016, intelligence was politicized and weaponized by the most powerful people in the Obama administration to lay the groundwork for what is essentially a years-long coup against President Trump, subverting the will of the American people and undermining our democratic republic. Here's how. She shows a graphic. I love this. I love graphics because I don't know about you. I don't like reading. Okay, I know Chad likes to read. I don't like to read. I like graphics. Make it simple. Explain to me like I'm a fifth grader. Okay, and here's the graphics she showed. Look at this. I mean, step by step. Let me see. Let me get rid of that real quick. So let's see if we can blow this up. Let me try to blow this up for you real quick. Open image. There we go. Let's share this. Blow that up for you so you guys can see. Creation of the Russia hoax. This is from Tulsi Gabbard. It says, real intel assessment. Russia and criminal actors did not impact recent U.S. election results by conducting cyber attacks on infrastructure. Donald Trump wins the election in 2016, and all of a sudden, these guys have a secret Russia meeting. The Obama officials have a secret Russia meeting. Trump was not briefed. Obama orders the intelligence community to start outlining new assessment to claim that the election was hacked, and so started the Russia hoax, ladies and gentlemen. And I'm going to show you a clip here in just a second that will refresh your memory of how this sounded on the news and how they tried to use this to go after Trump, to go after his family, meanwhile destroying the fabric of our country. Deep state leaks. Obama officials use their media propaganda arm to spread fake news, all to their mouthpieces at NBC, the New York Times, Washington Post, CNN. Fake weaponized assessment. Suppressed prior intelligence showing Russia lacked intent and capability to hack the 2016 election. So they had evidence. Tulsi Gabbard is saying that they had evidence that Russia did not play a part, and they definitely weren't connected to Trump. And they went forward with this Russia hoax anyways. Guys, this is incredible. Look at this. Intel community consensus. I mean, you can go, this is on X. You can go on X and you can go look at all this stuff that Tulsi Gabbard has shared. And these guys absolutely hated that President Trump won the election. They hated, because it was supposed to be Hillary Clinton. It was supposed to be her time. And President Trump came in and became the 45th president of the United States. And you remember this? You remember this? This will refresh your memory right here. Look how hard they pushed on this. And guys, if they're lying about this, they're lying about everything. They lied about COVID. They lied about the prior election. They lied about everything that happened under Biden. They lied about the whole prosecution of Trump and all the felonies that they put toward. That they have been lying from the beginning. So don't be discouraged today. Watch this clip real quick, and I'm gonna end with I want to encourage you to not feel down because we are winning.
Voters in America should decide who our president is, not Vladimir Putin.
The Russians offered help. The campaign accepted help. The Russians gave help, and the president made full use of that help. And that is pretty damning.
I believe he knows he's an illegitimate president.
The bottom line of this dossier, the bottom line allegation, the point of this is they colluded, they helped, they were in on it.
What does Vladimir Putin have on President Trump?
And they've also decided who they want to see become president of the United States, too, and it's not me.
Secondly, I found out that Vladimir Putin doesn't want me to be president.
We need to make it very clear, whether it's Russia, China, Iran, or anybody else.
This election, that Russia has been involved, China has been involved to some degree, and now we learn that Iran is involved.
As 17 of our intelligence agencies have confirmed,
17 intelligence agencies said
50 national security.
It was all a lie. There are 17 intelligence communities all now reveal that it's all been a lie, folks. We have evidence now being turned over to the DOJ that it has been a lie from the beginning. I want to see people in handcuffs, man. I want to see people. I want to see, I want to say something that goes further than that, but I am a Christian and I'm trying to be a good Christian, but also I don't want to get Chad banned on YouTube. So
Officials who served in Republican information in administration have said that Donald is unfit to be the commander in chief.
there are 50 former national intelligence folks who said that what he's accusing me of is a Russian plan. You mean the?
I want to leave you with some encouragement here because, I know a lot of you that watch Chad probably Christians. I hope so. If you're not a Christian, that's okay. I'm a Christian. Chad's a Christian. We believe in God. We see the Bible pretty much almost the same way. And one thing that the Bible tells us over and over is the truth always gets exposed. The truth always comes to light. Truth wins. God wins in the end. Lies will always be exposed. And if there's something to be excited about right now with everything else going on, if you're discouraged about the whole Epstein case, look, they destroyed evidence. If they did this against Trump, they definitely destroyed some of the Epstein evidence, okay? That's not on Trump. But if you're discouraged about that, be encouraged that Trump is president again. We are winning. Good things are happening. The border is closed. People are getting deported. Bad people are getting deported. Our economy is bouncing back. I love that my eggs, my 5 dozen eggs that I buy are no longer $25 and they're back down to like $12. I love that there's cheaper gas now. I mean, we're winning. There's a lot to be happy about, man. There's a lot to be encouraged about. And with this news today, I really believe that we're going to see people, powerful people in handcuffs and prosecuted. And buckle up, like Chad said in his short earlier today, buckle up because it's going to be a bumpy ride. You think the deep state is just going to put their hands up and go, you got us. You got us. No. They're already meeting as I'm speaking right now. This news came out 2 hours ago. They're already meeting right now, figuring out the next steps to manipulate us through the news, to manipulate their base through their mouthpieces in Congress. The deep state is on life support. They're in a corner, and we need to be praying for all of those involved, including our families, our country, because you never know what these guys are going to do next, man.